To COVID news now. The chief medical officer of health says mask mandates could be lifted by the end of this month. And at the same time, he revealed a startling number. He believes there are approximately 20,000 new daily COVID cases in Ontario today.
10 times the PCR positivity. So if we're seeing 2,000 positive tests, 2,262 at a population estimate, we could be estimating around 20,000 Ontarians have COVID-19 today.
With limited testing, wastewater is now the best indicator of COVID cases. Right now, testing shows COVID is rising as Ontario reopens, which was expected. Dr. Moore, though, stresses Ontario vaccination rates are high, with 7 million people already getting their booster shots. Moore also says 30 to 40% of Ontarians have had a natural exposure to Omicron and hence have had natural immunity. As for masks, he acknowledges some people should still wear them even after they're no longer mandatory.
We can only mandate masking for so long. As long as the risk is decreasing, we'll make a decision together as a province to remove them. But for those that are at high risk for this virus, I would suggest you continue to wear them, and that as a society we remain considerate, kind, respectful to those that decide to continue to wear them.
The Premier suggested earlier this week that mandatory masks could be lifted after March break, but today added he was waiting for the go-ahead from the Chief Medical Officer of Health.
Hopefully as soon as possible.
The province's top doctor confirms the BA2 strain, which is 30% more contagious than Omicron, will likely be the dominant strain in less than 2 weeks.
As soon as possible, amendments to the Municipal Government Act, which will remove the ability of municipalities to impose their own separate public health restrictions.
In Alberta, Premier Jason Kenney is moving to prevent municipalities from imposing their own separate public health restrictions. For example, if that were here in Ontario, if Toronto was concerned about cases, it would not be able to keep a mask mandate if it was lifted province-wide. Doug Ford appeared to indicate he won't do that.
I've always been a strong believer in working with municipalities.
Now, that was the second to last scheduled COVID news conference from Dr. Moore as the province winds down public health precautions. So it will likely not be as easy to get key information, like the actual estimate that there are over 20,000 new COVID cases in Ontario today. Yes, most people are vaccinated, and won't get as sick, but the vulnerable need to know it's out there.